out, and I thought, well, he's going to do everything he said. He's going to defeat this guy. It just, I didn't expect him to lose. So they did legitimately shock me when he actually lost, because I'm not used to seeing the hero lose in a battle, especially one this puffed up. So it did take me by surprise. However, I know the long-term ramifications are not going to be there unless they jump forward a few months and everyone in Starling City thinks that Oliver's actually dead and he rises from the dead again, which could be a little bit interesting to see how everyone kind of settles back into their lives maybe, and that gets Felicity more involved and Ray Palmer and what he's doing. And then when Arrow comes back, he's once again got to reacclimate. It's kind of it could possibly put a reset on the show to maybe toy with that again, that whole aspect of Oliver reintegrating into his life.
You know what? I could see that, but as much as I'm with you in some cases about the hero never losing, I did see it coming before the fight even started. It's like because there was such a big build up, they're not going to let him die this easy. This isn't a season finale. This is a mid-season finale. This isn't like his fight against Slate, And
True.
with Amira Cruz. So that's why I wasn't sold on the fact that Arrow's gonna win right at the hop, and that's gonna be the end of it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think I did get the sense that he was going to, like I said, that I didn't know what was really going to happen. I did think he was going to win. I did think he was going to defeat Ra's al Ghul, but then I thought, why are we building only 2 episodes about introducing Ra's al Ghul if he's just going to be dead, right off of this encounter? And I do have to say that I heard that Liam Neeson said he'd be willing to come onto the show to reprise his role as Ra's al Ghul that he played in the Batman trilogy.
Right.
And I do not understand why they didn't move heaven and earth to make this a reality, because I would have died if Liam Neeson were on Arrow. Well, maybe that's why they didn't do it.
You know what? I know. I totally agree. I'd totally be down with that if that happened, if they brought Liam Neeson on. But who knows? Maybe they'll switch it up because they have been known not necessarily Arrow, but shows have been known to kind of switch character roles like kind of midway through the season, and not character roles, but switch the person playing the character.
Mm-hmm.
So it has happened. So it's not completely out of the question. I mean, I haven't heard or seen anything more as I'm saying that Liam Neeson will play Ra's al Ghul, but you never know. It's still a faint possibility.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I remember in the first season, the actress who played Sarah was not the same actress who came back and ended up playing the role. They didn't acknowledge, it was just a recast. They didn't acknowledge that she had a different face or anything, and they just redid all of the flashbacks. So, I mean, they've done it before on the show. It'd be interesting to do that. I do want to comment about one thing about the science of this episode. They talked about the DNA off of the Arrow matching, and I think they said something like a 90-some% match to Oliver, and Thea is his half-sister. So if it was his full sister, I could see that, but his half-sister, there's going to be a bigger gap between their DNA profiles.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny? So, there's another point I was going to get to. So very well put, and you're absolutely right. And it's probably something that a lot of people just completely miss because they're not thinking about that, right? All they're thinking of is Thea's a sister, and they're not thinking of being half sister because of Malcolm Merlyn. So that was a good point. But a couple of jump backs here. We'll get to Ray Palmer in just 1 second. But when Oliver went as Arrow to see Thea, he's like, no, like Thea goes where? Thea Oliver goes, where is Thea Queen? Where's Malcolm Merlyn? And then like, I don't know, please don't hurt me. He's like, and they start fighting. He's like, oh really? Come on. You shouldn't even say that. She should just start fighting right away. Not even said that. No, don't hurt me. Don't play the innocent, and then start fighting. Just start fighting because again, that's something we could see coming a mile away. And he found out. Then it goes. Of course, Oliver goes back and talks to Diggle. Like she lied to me again. Well, no, you know what?
Yeah, that's very true. And I do have to ask, after Thea had that incredible encounter with Arrow, where did she go? She leaped out of the balcony, and she should have just gone splat. Where the heck did she land? Where did she go off to? They just show her they don't even show her propelling down into anything. She just disappeared into thin air.
A mattress or a green screen? I mean, technically speaking, Yeah,
exactly. I mean, because that's the only thing that makes sense.
No, I know what you mean. I'm just playing. That was just an easy one. So, you're right with that one. And now, like we had guessed, and of course we talked about it because you saw Ray Palmer pull up the prototype of Adam, and now he's telling Felicity. And then I think that was a good line for her. It's like, why do they always find me? So yet another possible superhero, but I'm still on board that even though Ray Palmer is kind of a got a bit more of a kind of upbeat personality slash douche, we'll put it. I still don't. Adam is a good character. Good in the fact that meaning like no between good and evil, he's a good character. And as far as Ray Palmer goes together, I think it will develop very well. But yeah, I don't. Adam will not be evil. It'll be it'll be good. It's just a question of when this whole uniform is going to be put together, and they're going to actually bring it to life.
Yeah, it's very exciting. He's kind of like a Tony Starkish character now that he's developing the suit and whatnot. I'm excited to see what he does. I have to say that I am just head over heels about Ray Palmer. He is just bringing this amazing dynamic to the show. He's really giving Oliver a run from it. He's smart, funny, sophisticated, and so sweet. That scene where he was talking about his dead girlfriend, I was ready for Felicity to really comfort him. And then I thought, man, we're making really big headway with Ray and Felicity. And then Oliver goes and says a sayonara, I love you.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, really hollow. He just goes, I love you.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. How romantic.
You know what, Britt, just a quick sidetrack here. When he said, oh, I love you, well, thanks, what movie does that remind you of? Where did that actually happen, where the person said, I love you? Thanks.
Oh, I don't know. That does sound so familiar.
Wayne's World.
Oh, okay.
I love you, man. No, Terry, I love you. No, man, I love you. No, Terry, I love you. And then he tells Garth, he goes, I love you, and thank you, So I mean, like I said, just a quick sidetrack there. But no, you're absolutely right. It's like, well, that had a huge impact. Good job.
I know. He says things, Oliver says things so hollow. They don't have any emotional thing. They don't really compel or engross me. They feel like he's just like a robot. He's saying what he feels he needs to say. I love you. It doesn't compute with me. It doesn't seem romantic as opposed to Ray Palmer, who is really sensitive. He's a more romantic hero in that he pays more attention to Felicity. He seems to be more emotive about how he feels. And he was tearing up about his girlfriend, and I felt for him. I felt his pain.
Well, see, I think that's the point. Is they're trying to pit the one against the other as far as emotional goes. Trying to get Felicity's heart and that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, I'm really leaning that Felicity goes Ray, and Oliver he as a character can just go. I don't think he needs a big love on the show necessarily. He could just go through a string of. They could have a different love interest for him every season, kind of like they've already done. And Felicity's the one he really loves. Which, by the way, he told Barry during the Flash crossover, we never get guys like us never get the girl.
That's right.
Because it's so hard being him. And I thought, wow, okay, I thought he'd given up on the whole notion of Felicity, then out of nowhere, he's telling her he loves her. So he's just whiplashing her back and forth. She needs to be with a man who can be consistent and stay true blue. No,
fair enough. And we'll try to go with that because, in the end, it is a TV show. So.
That is true. Where's the drama in that?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yes.
So the one last thing, and then we'll move into your blogs because we spent almost the entire show talking about this, which is not a bad thing, mind you. But I was talking with a coworker, and we were talking about that, and I said, "Did you see a crossover?" She goes, "No." It's like you got to catch up here now. You missed in a Flash. It's like, "Oh, I know. I'm gonna catch up. Like, I'll probably get a chance to watch it today." And then we talked about Arrow. And she goes, oh, Stephen Amell, Chisel's like, yes, thank you. I know. But let's get to the point. The show is, Stephen Amell, yes, I know. Thank you. I get it. You think he's really hot. I know he's built. Thank you. But let's get to the point here.
The ladies.
Well, no, and I know. Like, I'm not. It's like, all right, let's kind of come back to the show here just for a minute, because any more about this, then I'm leaving. No, we'll talk about it when you're not as focused on that way. So.
Yeah, after you take a cold shower.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, So obviously we had makes the show. We got different opinions. But yeah, they better wow me next season, or else I'm not sure gonna keep watching it because this last bit, this is, even though mid season, no, it's not supposed to be the most epic show in the epic ending in the world, but you got to give us more than that. So that's my 2 cents. Last 2 cents on this one.
Yeah, I do hope that they up their game more. I did think the whole thing where I'm so sorry. I was one more note.
Yep.
Why did Laurel break her mom? The mom found out her daughter died in a coffee shop in a public place, and she was just very relaxed and calm. That felt very just bizarre to me.
No,
Am I
you're
the only one?
Go ahead.
Am I the only one who felt that way?
No, you're absolutely right, because normally a mother or any parent, mind you, mother or father, doesn't matter, would have been hysterical about that when they found something like that, and not just, oh, I have a feeling, she's dead, isn't she? And then it's like, oh, well, it's almost like saying, oh, well, stuff happens. Like, no, what, as much as I don't like the cheesy part, she should have freaked out a little bit more than she did.
Exactly. She was expecting, at least a no or something. No one in the coffee joint would have. They had no idea what was going on. It was absolutely, that just completely fell flat. I mean, it did not seem authentic at all.
Yeah, it's like telling someone that something that happened, like walking through an aisle in Walmart or something, right?
I know. So, hey, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Did you know this? What, are you kidding? Oh, time to move on. How much is that?
Exactly. So, hey, can I get a refill?
Yeah, exactly. Double cup, please. So, all right. So, we'll finish up with that, and when we get time, a little bit of time for your blogs, which is kind of the main point of this show. But we've been talking so much about these decent shows. So, Britt, let's get into your blogs.
Okay. This week, a review of Nightcrawler. This is a new movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal. He was nominated for the SAG and Golden Globe this week for this role. And in the movie, he plays Lou Bloom, a very ambitious man who kind of comes out of the ether one night under the Los Angeles cityscape, and he learns about this whole subculture of people who run around in vans trying to get to the story, and basically taking crime scene video and they sell it to the news. And he learns about this from Bill Paxton, his character, not the actor, and and Bill Paxton he asks a lot of questions. He's a very big go-getter, and the next thing that we know, he starts getting his own car together, and he gets a guy to assist him. And at first, you're really not sure. There's something a little bit off about this guy, and then you realize he's a full-blown psychopath. It is a very fun movie. I know that's not bring up the word fun to your mind, but it is a very fun, how is this going to end movie. I would definitely put it in the class of being a neo-noir, and that there's crime and drama, and there's the lead character who is definitely not your classical protagonist, and we don't really know if what's going to become of him. It is a character drama, and I thought Jake Gyllenhaal's performance, he's been one of the probably more underrated actors in the last few years. He's done a little bit here, a little bit there. There were people who thought he was going to be this big box office star, but he's been making these quiet indies and really knocking them out of the park. This is probably one of his career best performances, and that's really saying something. I thought he'd done that in the movie End of Watch, which is a great movie that's available to stream on Netflix. And he really knocks it out of the park here. I literally forgot I was watching Jay Gyllenhaal. He just became this character of Lou Bloom, and it was a pretty mind-blowing little piece of cinema. So I would definitely highly recommend it, and I'll have a review of that this week. And then also some Christmas movie list, unconventional movies, Christmas movies, which Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer. Have you ever seen that?
I have not.
It is. Oh my gosh, it's such a good movie. It takes place during Christmas. It's obviously not a Christmas movie. But it's a crime movie that he's trying to figure out what happened. It's a detective story, but he's not really he's not a police officer, and it takes you in the seedy underworld. Once again, we're in Los Angeles, and we're dealing with some of the undercurrent, whatever is going on there. It's a very crazy place from what I've heard, and so kind of giving you, he starts investigating this girl's death that he was friends with as a child, and I believe that's right. It's been a little bit since I've seen it, so I might be missing a few pieces. But it's an excellent buddy film. Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr. really playing well off of each other. Probably Val Kilmer's, well, it's definitely been his best role in 20-some years. So, so definitely worth a look-see. I had every temptation to put Eyes Wide Shut on this Christmas